Yes, thank you. All right, so I'm sure there's probably be some more people. We got 15, so I guess that's 14 students. That's not bad. How's everybody doing? One thing you can do, which isn't a bad deal, if you choose a picture for your account for Zoom, and then when you say mute picture, it just shows your picture, which then we can see you, but we can't see you. So you're kind of hidden. Not that that's a big deal, but it's kind of neat. There's also fun backgrounds to play with. All those bells and whistles that really aren't that useful, but are kind of cute. All right. So basically today I'm just going to have you guys ask questions. We'll talk about the class, what we plan to do for this no longer in-person class where we can't really go shoot videos because it takes more than one person. You're not supposed to see anybody who's not directly contacted to you all the time or been tested. And since there aren't enough tests, that's probably not happening. Anybody have any questions up front?
Are we going to still finish our final projects with our groups, or is that now like completely changed?
It's completely changed. The quiz, I'm probably gonna make do. I saw someone just put a chat question, when's the quiz 2 gonna be due? I think Sunday night. I'll give you all week to do it. And I believe I put it up for 30 minutes, but I'll double check that before I release it tonight. Our final project, obviously, it's not gonna be a video. It's just taking the final project, the rough cut and the final cut out of the grading. It's very unfortunate, but we'll make do. Did everybody get the announcement today? Anybody not check their emails and not see an announcement, or check Blackboard and not see it? Okay. Well, it sounds like since nobody's jumping up and down crazy like that, everybody saw the message. I get a message every now and then that says my internet connection is unstable, so if I'm freezing, just make sure you understand what I said. Hopefully it'll all be good. What we're gonna do is basically all the pre-production work. And that'll be your grades, that and the tests. So all the paperwork that would lead up to actually shooting and editing is what we're gonna focus on. My goal in the class is to teach you how to plan a video and then execute it. Unfortunately, the execution of the video is not gonna happen. I toyed with the idea of saying, hey, you can go shoot the video or, you know, grab a friend, but really you should be staying away from people as much as possible until we get a handle on this pandemic. I'd love for that to change, but it doesn't look like it will. A certain somebody said, we're gonna go back to work before Easter or at Easter, and he's just not right anyway, so. So what we'll be doing, and we'll talk with groups tonight as well. What we plan on doing is to have you be able to meet up virtually with your group members to work on all the pre-production materials, the shot lists and the schedule, and of course the script, and make that as solid as possible, and that'll be how we derive your grades for the video project. Okay. So let's just real quickly and share the screen. You don't need to see that. On the cursor. I need to update assignments, points, and due dates is going to be updated. Open that up. I have a special folder just for such an occasion. All right. You may see somebody creeping behind me in the background. That's my wife. You may just see my screen. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're now going to be out of 800 points instead of 1,000. I will upload this to Blackboard in a couple minutes to replace the old one. And basically, we've gotten rid of the rough cut, final cut, and the group peer reviews. I have to figure out a new post that makes sense because we won't have produced it. So I'm going to write up a new prompt for that, and there'll be more information on that when we get to it. Might be a more casual thing than the post-production report. Okay. Does that make sense? So weird. If that makes sense, I expect answers, but you guys can unmute and say things. Please feel free.
Yes, it makes sense.
Thank you. All right. Let that go away. Okay. Other questions about the class? How's everything going with your classes? Is it been doing a bunch of virtual learning, huh?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
All right. How many people have a group member that's out of town or gone or out of unaccessible?
Yeah, we do. We have two.
I think we do too.
Okay. Do you think it's going to be difficult to contact with them?
Not,
At the same, I guess.
I think we'll be able to get in touch with them this week. I don't know about today, but definitely this week.
Okay. I did not hear that. It just kind of echoed.
Oh, I said I think we'll be able to get in touch with both of them by this week. I don't know about today necessarily because I think one of them's on a flight, but I know by this week we can.
Okay, well, make sure that either you contact your group. As it is paperwork, you can opt out of your group and do the same exact assignments on your own for either this project, or you can make up another project and we could start basically at ground zero for the paperwork side of things. So if that's something that appeals to you or is necessary, just let me know and we'll work on that. We can always do one-on-one Zoom sessions or just email, whatever works best. So, I see my cat. Can you see him? Too dark? She's too dark now. Okay. All right. Let's see. Does anybody have questions about the material in quiz number 2 that you're going to take in this next week?
Which presentations or which class materials are going to be covered in quiz 2? Just for a refresher, since we haven't been in class for a while.
It's hard, even I don't remember offhand. It's sound, audio, writing, and shooting, which is called field shooting. So it's the PowerPoint on field shooting, PowerPoint on writing, and the PowerPoint on sound/audio. What we'll be covering. Okay. All right. So has anyone else done Zoom meetings with lectures? Yes.
Just the one yesterday. That's about it.
Okay. Did it seem to work better
I
or
noticed
the same as a previous?
for some reason, Dr. Bond's lecture had options for the students, like thumbs up, raising hand, stuff like that. I don't see that we have those options here.
Hey, Kevin, are you on your phone? Because if
No,
you
I'm
are,
on my laptop. Oh, maybe under
under
reactions?
reactions, you have
I
clap and
see.
thumbs up.
Weird.
Is
Because
that where it is? Under
yeah,
reactions?
we had other options. Like we had a way to raise our hands virtually, kind of.
It's
So that-
under participants.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. There it is. Thank you.
It's under participants? Is that what you're saying, Mike? Okay, is everyone finding that? Someone raise their hand so I can see it. Virtual. All right. Okay, now I'm seeing it. All right, thank you. Does anyone actually have a question, or you put your hands down? Oh, the fantastic technology.
I do have a question. So basically our content in the coursework is going to be sort of on a theoretical level now, since we can't meet with our group and stuff.
Wouldn't say theoretical as much as you're going to do the pre-production paperwork. Now
Okay.
yours may be more theoretical because yours is documentary,
Yeah.
which you could do phone interviews like you did in the writing class to kind of come up with your script.
Yeah. I did my interviews in person for writing, but I
you done
see
them?
what you mean.
Yeah. How far along are you?
We don't actually have an interview yet. That was actually going to happen this or next week. But now we wanted everybody to have the chance to like recalibrate and figure out where everyone's going to be. And then now we need to figure out interviews and that sort of thing.
Okay. This is documentary. It's backwards. So I'll have to look at what you're doing and talk to you and your group individually.
Okay.
To figure out how that works. For the rest of you, we're going to write a real script. It'll be either 2-column or screenplay, but instead of having blank spaces where your performers could ad lib, you're going to figure out what you want them to say and make them say it. And so we'll have complete scripts, and then we'll go through and break it down into pre-production, how you would actually shoot it. So we'll start talking about that.
Yeah, I think we're thinking about doing maybe a 2-column script, right?
You say that again, Sammy?
We're thinking about doing a 2-column script and writing out all the dialogue. We already kind of have a script written up, so I think adding more meat to the actual dialogue now. Since we kind of freestyling it during the video, we wrote more just concepts and not actual dialogues. Now we just have to go and write an actual dialogue.
Yes. Yeah, so you'll actually write it out, and then we'll go through and break it down into shot lists and shooting schedules.
And then do the PowerPoints kind of help guide us for structuring our script?
The writing PowerPoint, and what I'll probably do is look at some of my materials and I may post some more examples. And I do plan on meeting with each group and discussing it more in our individual breakouts. And I think the best way is probably have you guys get a script going and send it to me, and then I can give you feedback and we can talk about it and make it better. So, All right. Obviously, I'd have more to tell you in a lecture. You have more to ask. The other document made sense, how we've changed the grading. I did get all your videos, your shoot and edit exercises graded. If you haven't looked at those, you can look at that. I am missing a couple people from that assignment. Colby's listening. I'm not sure how he can make that up. And then there's another student that I didn't see in the credits or associated with any shoot in particular. So I need to figure out how we can make that available to them, even if it's just shooting on their phone and uploading it. Okay. Let's see. All right. So I think what the best thing to do is probably meet with each group and set up a Google Docs, and we'll figure out times to meet. We have 19 participants. Does this time seem to work best for the class lectures?
Time is fine,
Yes.
it seems.
Yeah, so I like this time.
Okay.
I feel like we would have already had this time booked anyway.
Right, that's my thinking on it as well. Since you know, now we seem to have more time on our hands, right? Except it seems like more time, and then the day goes by, and I turn around and go, "What did I do?" But okay, well, all right. The plan. Lecture this week. How week? It won't. I'll just open questions about. So any materials that you had questions about, you can ask at that point for the midterm. And then the next week we'll start setting up probably group meetings. We'll do a lecture and then do group stuff.
Professor, you
As
cut out for like a little bit. Could you repeat that like last couple sentences? Sorry.
Probably could, maybe I can't. I don't know. So we'll meet for our lectures on Tuesday at 6. Next week we'll meet Tuesday at 6, and we'll be just for midterm questions about the material on the test. Then the next week after that, we'll have a lecture, and we'll set up sign-up sheets for each group to do Zoom meetings, so we can make sure everybody's in the right place and working on the assignments.
What's the format of the midterm?
It's multiple choice with 3 essay questions. So it's just like the quizzes, except we add in some more critical thinking and explaining things in essay questions.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And I believe I have it. There's 3 essays, and you can get full credit for doing 2 of them. And if you answer all 3, the weakest one gets slashed in half and added as extra credit. Midterm is in 2 weeks. I'm sorry, midterm's next week. So the quiz this week, next week I'll release the midterm. So I'll release it on Tuesday, and it'll be due on Sunday night at the latest. You can do it whenever.
Is that March 31st deadline accurate for the script?
For a rough draft, yes.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, so we'll make that. I'd like to, as soon as you can get a script to me, the better, but I think that's a good deadline for this, for a script, and I can make a bunch of comments on it and then give you the opportunity to tighten it up, make it stronger.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see. And as I mentioned, it's kind of a thing over the next week or so, get with your group, talk with them, and figure out exactly what your group plan is in regards to, are we all still the same exact people going to work together? What times they're good to meet together to do the work, et cetera, et cetera. And if anybody feels they want to go off on their own, or two people want to split up, work that out with your group, and then just let me know so I can change things. And I think that's better than just saying, okay, everybody's on their own now. Give you the opportunity, give you the versatility. You can be on your own or you can stay with the group. If your group is doing stuff and you're not participating in it, then that needs to get cleared up and you need to participate or go on your own. All right. Any other questions? Okay. Are there any groups that want to meet tonight? With me, I should say. No.
Is that just like a separate call that we would do, or?
I'd have to figure out, I can create breakout rooms. I've never done that. This is my first time moderating a Zoom. I've been in a few Zoom meetings, but I haven't moderated them before. I see the breakout button, I click it, and I'm probably just yell and ask my wife what I do next. But yeah, we could create a breakout room meet, or if nobody else wanted to meet, the people who wanted to stay in. What I plan to do, see how things work out. We'll get a sign up sheet going. I guess Google Docs works best for signing up. Is that right? Or and then I'll figure out the best way to, if it's just an individual meeting or if we do breakout rooms, whatever the logistics is with that. Apologize, I'm not the most knowledgeable. Did you hear that one, or did that cut out?
A bunch of the middle cut out, but I got I heard breakout rooms and
middle
and scheduling. Those are like the main things, I guess.
Yes, the main thing will be kind of scheduling our group meetings. And of course, you guys should be meeting in groups at least once a week before you and I meet, so that you can ask me the pointed questions about what you're doing and I can see everything. Has anybody turned in a script? I guess I can just look. Okay, so is anybody ready to turn in a rough draft of the script? Okay. Just be getting your lives together. Okay. All right. I really don't have any more information, unfortunately. I do need to get a light right here so I don't look so red. It looks like I got a lot of sun, but I didn't. Just better lighting. Lighting is everything in photography. Have I said that before? Well, now you know it's true. Okay. Some of you have some pretty cool mood lighting going on. I like it. All right. Well, I guess what I'm going to say is, let me go open up the quiz for everybody. If you want to continue talking, stick around. If you want to talk in private, send me a message and we'll figure that out. Sound good?
Yes.
That was good. Appreciate it.
Sounds good.
All right, you're welcome. Thanks for signing in. And we'll talk soon. Keep an eye out for all those messages.
Thank you.
Thank
See you next time.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
Have
you.
a great one. Stay safe. Stay safe, everybody.
Hey, how's it going?